Hi guys, this is Donna here, and I'm at the Schaumburg, Illinois Lifetime, and I'm here with my good friend Elisa Panic, and we're going to do a little bit of filming of a total conditioning. Let's see, we'll probably get a couple of different progressions in here today. Today we're going to start right now with a back progression. Remember that in your progressions for total conditioning, the first one is a basic strength move. The second one will be either unstable or compound, and that'll make the heart rate response go up. And then the third one will be much more dynamic or plyometric, but here's the look for. I want you to make sure that when you're doing your progressions as best as you can, you always get the intended muscle group in there for each progression. Does that make sense? So if I'm working back, it's a nice big muscle group. I'm using dumbbells here, and it's got to be heavy enough that it will create the desired response. Remember, we do have muscular strength and endurance, cardiovascular strength and endurance, and we're going to mesh them together. Sweet? Let's go. So for the first progression, in strength, athletic ready, you guys please make sure that knees and toes are forward, that kinetic chain is lined up from the bottom up, so feet, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, all the way up. Then you're in a slight bend. There's your athletic ready, because I really am aware that there is a safety issue, especially for low back people that have issues with it. We're not going to make it any worse today. Cool? So start with shoulders rolled back, and it's your basic row. I'm going to give it a squeeze back and a pull. I think when I look out and I see my crowd, sometimes it looks like they think it's an arm movement. What I'm trying to do is use the momentum a tiny bit, like accelerate and then decelerate, so it winds up being caught, keep going, right in between the shoulder blades or the rhomboids. So again, that's not a hugely intense segment there, but it's meant to also be used as your active recovery. So again, you're working a muscle group that doesn't get taxed during everyday living. Because again, you don't walk around doing this unless you're Elisa. She might do that, but I don't know. Anyway, so your first progression, you've got your rows, and again, whether you're doing it for about 45 seconds or whatever, maybe a minute, not sure the length of your class, then you would move on. The second progression will be either unstable or compound. Today I'm going to use a compound movement pattern. So I've got my rhomboids, and then I'm going to do a reverse fly. So pull back, and then out. The look for is here. I'm still in athletic ready, but I really want to make sure where the palms are. To me, that's something that it's easy to check and an easy thing to be challenged with for the members. Now, what I'm looking for is the palms downward. Keep going. When you're pulling and then in the fly position, here's been my experience. If the thumbs are up, we've rotated, we're back into a chest movement pattern. At this stage of the game, you've already done chest. So I don't want that. I actually want the pinky finger up a little bit higher to take the toning through the back of the latissimus dorsi. Make sense? So not only in between the shoulder blades, but the big fan muscles of the back. If there's something heavy enough in my hand, you bet I'm getting a heart rate response. Hopefully that's the case for you too. For some people, unless they're deconditioned, you're probably gonna need more than a 5-pounder. 5-pounders are cute. They may not affect the back musculature. So that's the second progression. Third one, watch it. I like it, but it does have an inherent risk, but you're gonna assess your group and see if this is something for them, okay? So what I'm looking for, now I want a heart rate response, big time, going up through zone 4. I've got 3 flies, big ones. 2, I'm gonna set them down, kick it out. Out again. Look where I'm taking the weights from. They're going down on the bench, straight up from the bench. So again, I'm taking them from here and beginning the fly. Does that sound like that's got a little bit of a safety issue with it? You would be absolutely correct if you thought that. However, if the belly's engaged, the back is engaged, and you've got controlment of your acceleration and deceleration on that, that's a really nice little progression. Heart rate will definitely go to zone 4. Breathing's going to change. Tipping over, getting lots of fat, going into getting more sugar, and it's going to get uncomfortable. That's how bodies change. So, basic strength, you've got your rows. Second progression, you've got your rows and your flies. The third one, 3 flies, and then a squat thrust or a burpee. Cool? Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for sharing your talents. The world needs you. Or later.